Hey, this is Peachy.
I'm Ooze.
This is Sudon.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank our original launch site, Anchor.fm, who's helped to enrich this podcast in many ways. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast.
Anchor.fm offers educational tools on how to get started in social media and has not only given our show, stapled together, several platforms to choose from for your listening enjoyment, but continues to offer helpful tips and avenues for growth along the way. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
With an easy, hassle-free method for uploading, you can add your podcast episodes to Anchor.fm's extensive library, available for listening on several popular streaming services, letting listeners choose a favorite platform. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast.
That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad.
Go to anchor.fm/start to get started today.
Spreaker podcast. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stapled Together episode for the comic release date of Wednesday, June 17th. I'm Peachy.
I'm Ooze.
And we're going to go ahead and jump into our news segment of the podcast.
No news is like good news is like bad news is like news.
What have you got for us today, Ooze?
I have news.
What's the news? Ooze? News. News.
With Ooze.
Ooze.
So apparently a couple weeks ago, Sigourney Weaver was sent a 50-page script for a sequel to an Alien movies featuring mostly just Ripley. And even though everyone says that Ripley needs a break, the full script will be done by the end of the year, and we'll see if that turns into a movie. But that's just really exciting.
Yeah, that is super exciting. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
So they're just saying it's new, or is it going to be connected with what's going on?
Sequel?
You know what I
I don't know.
What I love about that is that with, the technology and age reversal that they're able to do, create new, flashback scenes and stuff like that. That's, it affects the way they are these days.
Yeah.
Pretty cool story.
Yeah, and there's no details like what's gonna happen in it or who else is going to be in it. It's just going to be Ripley-centric and hopefully not like Alien 4.
Oh, what's that? That makes me think of that Ryan Reynolds Buried Alive movie, where it was just him in a coffin.
Buried alive?
I don't think that's
No, I don't think that's it.
Is
Is that it?
Is that it?
I'm not sure, but yeah, it was actually a pretty decent movie.
I didn't see it.
It was pretty good.
That would be a really tough one to get through.
Yeah,
I'd probably break through a wall, freaking out.
Yeah.
Nope, I need to be outside.
I'm super claustrophobic myself, but it was difficult, and that's kind of what I liked about it. Something that kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
A little bit of anxiety is okay when you know you're in it for that type of thing.
Right.
Right. But that's awesome. That's some great news. I'd love to see Sigourney Weaver back on the Alien set.
Technically, she's kind of had a break. I mean, she hasn't really been in an Alien movie since 4.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to see, the kind of retcon some
All
of
of
those
that,
ones.
yeah.
Right.
Have her show up, because they can do some really cool stuff with, aging and stuff like that.
They've done so many comic stories, they can reference that stuff,
Yeah.
Does Sigourney have a daughter?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
I just kind of play is her daughter old enough to be Ripley's daughter? Kind of that'd be
Her
cool.
daughter's very dead.
I mean, flashbacks.
Yeah. Well, they could
Newt?
get that.
Wasn't Newt?
No, Amanda Ripley. She's from Alien Isolation.
Oh, the game?
Yes.
Oh,
No, but by the time that movies 2, 3, and 4 happened, Amanda's very dead. His age.
Okay.
And, comic books.
Right.
But they could have, that's what I was going to say, is that they could have the person that did the motion cap for also play her in a movie.
Right.
That would work.
Right.
Be awesome. I'd like to see. I'm curious about that one. I'm also curious to see what the status is on the Alien Covenant sequels.
Yeah.
Awakening.
Prometheus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And I like that we have a company that's going to be able to fuel that sort of thing when it's able to catch fire again.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
For sure.
I want alien movies.
Yeah. What you got for us, Sudon?
He's coming. Are you excited? I'm so excited.
Oh.
For
No.
his his movie day. Technically, it's television now because Martian Manhunter is coming to the DC Cinematic Universe through the Snyder Cut.
What's the Snyder Cut?
I'm completely unfamiliar with that term.
It's something we reference in one of our episodes, I think.
This is our first episode.
Uh-oh.
Ever.
I
can tell.
With the 30 million or plus that HBO or whatever is throwing into it, they're like, yeah, let's do some updates, and Manhunter coming into it is going to be a big thing.
That's cool.
So it'll be kind of curious to see it.
To see something like that fully fleshed out with the characters that were supposed to be in it, Darkseid, I remember reading about it way back when and seeing the Omega sign and, and the dream sequence and all that. I'm like, so where's he at?
Yeah.
What's anything else leading up to it?
I want to see both parallels. Make 2 different types of movies. If this does well and actually, okay, that makes sense. Who are we to be like, okay, well, it's trash still, if it makes sense.
Right.
I mean, somebody came in and made it good, but, it could have been great. Not saying it's gonna be, but there's the potential there.
Didn't they say there's, excess of, 4 hours that they could develop it into or possibly make it into 2 movies? Something like that?
I'm not quite sure, but, I'd love to see what they're gonna do with it, and I'd love for it to be good.
But watch the flip side of that, it's all shit, and the people that have been clamoring for it forever are just like,
I'm not the #1 Manhunter fan, but I'd be cool to see him on the big screen. I really wasn't pleased with his portrayal on Supergirl, and he's not great in the comics either, but he's an integral piece of the team.
Smallville, he was good.
Yeah.
Animated Justice League, he was
it.
freaking awesome. I liked him in Smallville. He was the detective.
Yeah.
John. I liked him. I saw that part. I saw it to there. He showed up early.
He's actually a character in the
halfway through
PS4 Spider-Man game. He's a professor. And they use his likeness too. I'm like, oh, it's totally Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be cool to see it. But I just want to see it be. I want to see what happens.
Oh,
I'm hoping it'll be entertaining. But that's what I got. What do you got for us?
Earlier today, news broke that
Suicide Squad.
No, there was something you had brought up earlier in the day. And man, I had it. Stupid memory. Wait, there's something else real quick.
Okay.
So, what I heard earlier today is that Rocksteady is working on a Suicide Squad-centric game, which is cool. This is something completely separate from the Batman Arkham, or, new Arkham-centric or Arkham Universe game that not Rocksteady, but whoever it was, I forget, is working on. So that's some kind of exciting news there. But that's pretty much all I had.
All right, new games.
Yeah. Side note, little small bits of news. Confirmed, I don't know when, but Dave Filoni has confirmed, much to my dismay, there will not be any more Clone Wars episodes coming.
Oh.
We will be seeing other stuff come. But unfortunately they felt that the Clone Wars, fortunately they felt the Clone Wars came to its legitimate conclusion.
Ran its course. Yeah.
And to do the other ones, they might do it in some other ways, such as flashbacks and stuff like that, because there's rumors of a sequel series to Clone Wars. So I just wanted to tack that on there.
There's a lot of live action awesome stuff being talked about, which would be great to see come out of that. Mm-hmm. I think
There's a lot of possibilities, and it's like, Son of Dathomir.
Lot of pressure though too. Oh yeah.
I want that storyline so bad.
A lot of pressure. Mandalorian was great. Season 1 was great, and it's kind of like, do they feel that? I'm sure they feel that. That's why they're like, Season 2 is going to have everybody under the sun.
The suns.
Please love it.
2 suns.
Under the suns. Yes. But
God.
But yes, sorry to go off on that tangent, but I figured we reported on it multiple times. It wasn't really a main news. It just needed to be.
Yeah, for sure.
It made me sad.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that leads us right into our comic book review segment of the podcast.
Comic book review. It's a comic book review.
That's what it is.
Reviews. What have you got, Ooze?
So I had books today. We're gonna start with my least favorite one first, which was Nightwing Annual number 3.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Because, so continued writing by Dan Jurgens, continued art by Inaki Miranda, and colors by Nick Filardi. I got the main cover because there wasn't a variant cover because it's an annual. They don't do that.
Huh.
And I hate annuals, I would like to say, because they don't make any sense in the storyline.
Yeah, they're just
ever.
usually standalones.
And it's very annoying. And it's like, this happened right before this issue. And I'm like, I don't care.
I don't want to go back to that point. I'm in this point right now.
That's
This might help enhance what's coming later, but damn it.
That's
Why
another...
don't you just have it in the story?
It's
if
fillers.
it's that important.
With the delays and everything that have been going on, that's another thing I've noticed since starting back up reading. It's like, wait, this takes place before this that I'm just getting, but this person's dead, but they're alive in this comic, and
What's the point?
What's going on?
What's the point of annuals? I don't know. We'll talk about that in a second, but yeah. So the writing felt really stilted at the beginning of this book, and the art was fine, I guess. I don't know. Meh. It was a meh. And after Nightwing last week, being so good, it made me really upset, honestly. So
it was great. I mean, that was another one that I was kicking myself for not picking up.
Yeah.
Nightwing or
Red Hood.
Yeah.
So, Nightwing Annual.
That's
number 3.
Disappointing. I agree with the... Tried to get in there a couple of times without interrupting, but... Annuals, I'm glad we don't get variant covers on those, because it's always has an upcharge on them, and then the variant will be even more expensive.
Yeah.
And it's always that filler episode in the middle of a storyline. You're just like, damn it.
Sometimes I get it, because you just got left on a cliffhanger and you want something. Okay, so we're gonna talk about The Flash Annual number 3.
Nice.
Okay.
Basically is what that's going to lead into.
All right.
Because
Audio spikes.
lots of them. So, this is how you do an annual if you're going to do an annual. Because we left off at the end of an arc where a bunch of stuff just happened with Paradox and stuff. And bad things are happening. Reverse Flash is going to make a Reverse Flash family, which is great. I love that. Yeah. But in this issue, it's from the point of view of Captain Boomerang. Which is great.
Nice.
And he's telling a story to these agents that have picked him up from some government agency. Who knows? And he had just escaped from Bel Rev, and he's with the Suicide Squad, and all of this stuff's going down. And, continued writing by Joshua Williamson, art by Steven Segovia, yeah, that's what that says, Brandon Peterson and Carlo Pagiolin, and colors by Hi-Fi.
Nice.
And again, main cover there wasn't a variant, but that's fine because it's the Flash, so I don't care. Flash is 99% of the time gonna look good.
Mr. Jim Lee.
The other Jim Lee that came out was pretty okay.
Yeah, it was a bit of redemption.
Yeah. And that Dr. Fate, I mean, like, I don't even care about the Flash anymore.
Yeah,
At
man.
that point.
You saw that one, right? Where, like, the cross hatches in his costume were the...
Onks.
Yeah, were the onks. Oh, my God. It was one of the, raffle, or not raffle, but, raise money pieces that he did.
Nice.
Whatever, yeah.
And David Marquez and Alejandro Sanchez did the cover for this one. It's basically, like, it's ridiculous and funny, and, like, it made me happy, basically, especially after reading Nightwing. That just irritated me. But it's, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's so many big explosions, like, the way that Captain Boomerang portrays Flash is, like, he's like, oh, golly gee, all of these bad things are happening. Let me help you out.
That's great.
That's not how the Flash talks. And then Deathstroke shows up and is trying to kill the Suicide Squad, but Captain Boomerang's not on the hit list, and a whole bunch of... It's great. But it turns out, like, because the agents are like, none of that happened. Flash isn't dead. Deathstroke didn't kill the Flash. And Boomerang's like, were you there? No! This is what happened.
Oh,
and it turns out, like, almost everything he said was true. It was just, like, slightly tilted.
Right.
To make it funny. And the Flash actually, like, helped out the Suicide Squad and stuff. And it was a good time. It made me happy. And then Flash is like, you get a second chance, like, go home, be you, instead of being a villain, just go be. And he takes him back to Australia, and he's like, don't come back around like a boomerang, mate, and then leaves. And then Captain Boomerang, can't call him Boomerang, Captain Boomerang gets a message on his phone, and it's from CC, which is Captain Cold, who's
hiding in the shadows and getting the Rogues Gallery back together.
So, but yeah, so he's like, hey, you redeemed yourself, you want to come work for me again? And Boomerang's like, alright, gotta go. Because, yeah, Rogues. It was a good book. But my pick of the week was Dark Knight's Death Metal #1.
Nice.
Which is a book I shared with Sudon.
Yes, it was. And we'll let you read all those names.
Okay. Cool.
Wow.
I will read all of the names.
All of those names.
Yes. Writing by Scott Hallowed Be Thy Name Snyder.
Written.
Writing. Yeah.
It's written.
Written by, and Hallowed Be Thy Name Snyder. And Greg Painkiller Capullo.
That's great.
Inks by Am I doing all of them? This is gonna be a minute.
You're the editor.
This is gonna be a minute. Alright. Inks by Jonathan Motorbreath Glapian. Colors by FCO Fixer Plancincina. Letters by Tom Mr. Nice Guy Napolitano. Cover by Greg Capullo, Jonathan Clapton, FCO. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I got the main cover.
It's
Foil.
a great cover.
It is a great cover. Sudon, what cover did you get?
I got the covers. The main cover.
This is the main cover.
I got that cover.
Oh, okay.
And then I also got the art journal.
Okay, so the Trinity variant cover by David Highway Starfinch is not one that we got.
No.
And Steve Seek and Destroy for Chow. Sorry. We did not get the Superman variant by Francisco Electric Eye Matina, or the Wonder Woman variant cover by Stanley Art. Or no, you did get the.
I did get the Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman variant cover by Stanley Artgerm, a.k.a. the Trooper Lau. Then there's another variant cover by Doug Breaking the Law Mankey and David
Breaking the law.
and David Fast as a Shark Baron. The cartographer was Jared Victim of Changes Blando. Publication design was Darren Killed by Death Robinson. Associate editor Andrew Crazy Train Marino. And editor Marie Master of Puppets Jarvins.
Nice.
Metal names.
That's great
Yeah.
stuff. My face hurts.
Yeah, we got the hollow foil main cover.
Yes, and the Wonder Woman variant art germ cover.
Nice. I'm gonna have to take a look at that one also.
Yes.
Both of those, because that one looks awesome. And come on, Archer and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is my favorite pick. This is my favorite of the week because there was just so much. There's so much that happened. Somehow Batman got the Black Lantern ring.
Oh.
Everyone's been captured by the the anti-verse bad guys. So like Batman Who Laughs, the Dark Multiverse bad guys. There's a giant T-Rex that has the consciousness of Batman in him that thinks that he's Batman, and Wonder Woman's like, oh, so you can throw a Batarang with those arms? Oh, you can drive the Batmobile with those arms? He's like, no, but I can eat you with one bite!
Oh!
Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome.
Of course, the art's amazing.
Who did main art? I'm sorry.
Capullo.
Capullo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a champion.
Yeah. There's almost burnt to a crisp swamp man words. Swamp Thing, sorry. It's fine. Red Death shows up, which is cool. There's a lot. I mean...
What was that splash? Oh, I'd seen that before.
Roblins.
Okay.
Roblins.
Nice.
Harley Quinn's there. There's a little bit of explanation of like what happened after the Justice League stuff happened, you know?
Right.
The Hellraiser kind of.
Yeah, that stuff. And so my favorite part is there's a prisoner that the Batmans bring to Wonder Woman because she's in charge of Hell, which is great. So the prisoner ends up being the one, the only... Wait, no. There's two of them. The Wally West.
Oh, nice.
I'm excited.
I
I love Wally West, and it's all like...
This one was pretty cool.
There's so much that happened. Like, I can't... There's too much that happened that I don't want to spend the next 20 minutes... Yeah, I know. You didn't read those books.
I haven't yet, but I know what happened.
You need to read the books.
Batman?
No, stuff happened in the Flash 750 that Sudon has not read yet.
Oh, 750?
Yeah.
I'm talking about...
And Flash Forward. Because they're connected.
Flash Forward Doomsday Clock.
Oh, yeah. Doomsday Clock stuff happened. Apparently.
That's
Dr. Manhattan's. Oh yeah, there's that, and then there's the other stuff.
I remembered what I was going to talk about. I love when that happens. Not that I want to talk about it now, but,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. So Wally West is there, and he's like, yeah, I know pretty much everything that happened, and Wonder Woman's like, I don't know anything that happened, and then, Bruce, our Bruce, has a plan to defeat the Batman Who Laughs, and therefore Perpetua as well, and he's like, you need to, because Wonder Woman had to disassemble the invisible jet, which is made out of magic.
Ah, it's made of magic?
It's made, yes.
Themyscira and magic? Whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's made of magic, so she has to disassemble it because Batman's like, nah, Batman Who Laughs is like, nah, you can't have that anymore. Or I'll kill everyone, basically.
Because he's got all her friends.
Yeah, because they're all captured. Right? So she's dismantling it, and Bruce is like, you gotta use that to make a shield, so you can protect yourself, and you can protect us, and blah, blah, blah. And then when Wonder Woman's, like, talking to Wally West, Batman Who Laughed comes in, and he's like, oh, so Bruce has a plan to make a shield, blah, 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 but I know you wouldn't make a shield, you'd make a sword. And she's like, I wouldn't make a sword. I've already made the weapon, and it's not a sword. It's the chainsaw of truth.
Oh my
God! So metal.
That's great. Oh, do they show it?
It's invisible.
It's like light. Yeah, it's made out of the invisible jet, so it's invisible. And he can't detect it because it's made out of magic. But also, there's a thing that happens at the end, and there's that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. That's what I was picturing, kind of. That's great.
The next picture shows you it.
Oh, the chainsaw of truth.
The cover shows it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay, yeah, over here. That is a badass. Man, that's a great cover.
It is. It's foily.
Yeah, I really like Superman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah,
great.
Superman's in it too. Yay. Mr. Miracle.
That's awesome.
All that stuff. Yeah, so I'm not going to say what happens on the last page, but some stuff happens on the last page.
That's awesome.
So you should pick up this book. It's really good. All my boys were in it, except for what, like, the Flash.
Right.
I mean, there was, like, enough boys in it to make up for it. So.
That's awesome. That was super exciting.
Yeah.
Great man, Greg Capullo, though.
Yeah. That goddamn Scott Snyder.
yeah.
And his stupid writing of things.
Right.
I hate it.
He definitely comes out swinging.
So what you have for us this week, Sudon?
Well, I had that, and
Yeah.
luckily it's not my pain.
I figured
pain
you
of
would
the
have
week.
stopped
Pain in the week.
Pain of the week. There's a word pain on my screen, so that's why I said it.
Oh yeah, he would have stopped you if it was you.
Yeah.
I would have been like, stop. In the name of spoilers. But I was glad you mentioned. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned the chainsaw. I was worried you weren't going to mention the chainsaw. There's that cover, sir.
That's beautiful.
There's that cover.
Oh man. Oh, and she's also got the chainsaw. That's great.
The coloring makes her look a little too much like Mira for me.
I mean, there's a little
personally.
mirror going on.
I can see her crown. It's a unique crown. Though,
Yeah.
like you can see it on the original cover. It has like a mirror type quality.
Yeah.
Kind
And it's all like red and stuff, so it
Right.
makes her hair look red
of, right.
instead of black.
I like the inclusion of Dr. Manhattan, the ultimate Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that's going to end up being, what we're going to see coming out of this. It's a 6-parter, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Only 6 issues, which is nice.
I thought you were like waving to Indy.
I'm trying to make this fly go away from me.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
pissing me off.
Fly.
It's annoying. Sorry, I just didn't want to miss the signal. Like, stop for a second. This was fun. those people she mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did
that
it,
was great.
Had fun with it, but yeah, my pick of the week actually was going to be, and always was going to be, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 5.
I love that Raphael cover.
There's a main cover, which has the Megazord Metalhead.
Nice. That's great.
Metalhead, Megazord, and then the turtles with the other guys. See, Metalhead's the robot turtle.
Robot turtle.
And then there's them holding the Black Ranger helmet, which I think is kind of fitting, right, with what's going on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The continued writing by Ryan Perot. Walter Belamonte is the colorist, with assistance by Igor Monti. Simone DeMio is the illustrator, and this was the cover by Dan Mora.
He did the original cover?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm trying to find that. Goni Montez did the actual, like, individual turtle covers holding the helmets. This one was a nice conclusion to a story that I've been, like, eager to get the conclusion of for a while. Right. You had the turtles, in the power. They just assembled the Megazord to face against a newly large Bebop and Rocksteady.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying something. That's right.
And Technodrome is in the middle of New York, and they are basically kicking Bebop and Rocksteady's ass. And
nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting ready to, like, deal the final blows kind of stuff to win, and then here comes Green Ranger Shredder with the Green Dragon Zord, and evens the odds, and kind of, like, starts beating them down, and then they're like, well, what are we going to do? Well, they were kind of at the end of it, and then here comes Claptrap, wrong one. Metalhead, the Ninja Turtles robot turtle,
just
giant size version of it.
That's awesome.
Coming out of nowhere, being ran by the Power Rangers themselves, the kids piloting it. So the turtles are piloting the Megazord. Then they're winning, and they got a little bit the Technodrome got involved with a powerful weapon, kind of was putting them at odds. So they're like, well, what do? We got to put this to the end. They merged the Megazord and the Metalhead, which created this really cool thing. Put the Dragozord down, puts the Technodrome, forced it back to its dimension.
Was that what we saw on that cover with the combination of the Megazord and the...
Yeah, that's what you see.
Yeah.
There's I have a picture I was gonna show. I just forget where I put it. Yeah, there's this picture here. It's really crap, but they call it a Turtle Megazord.
That's cool. I like it. Very Transformer-esque, Bumblebee-ish, and then there's turtles and Power Rangers. That's cool.
It's super cool. It's got the turtle head, but you can see all the individual dinosaur parts, and it's super cool and fun to see. And they end up winning the day on that one, but then they do a final face-off on the moon. They're like, and they're able to fix it, so the Rangers got their powers back.
Right.
But they're like, so how do we do this? How do we win this so we can get that Green Ranger coin back? Because Shredder still has it. And they go and invade. And this is the scene that I wanted to show. They're talking about Shredder and Rita are bickering because of their loss and stuff like that. And Rita's like, well, you suck. You suck. And Shredder's like, well, you better not talk to me, Shredder, Shredder. And this one's way more aggressive. I mean, he has to be for what he is. And out of nowhere, they're like, you can't threaten me. And the Red Ranger shows up, like, can we threaten you? And it's got all the Rangers, all the turtles, and even April's there all, and Casey Jones is there, all ninja'd out and stuff like that. And they end up winning the day, and Tommy beats and gets his coin back. But it's really cool is the one that won the day. The Rangers really didn't have it. Rita goes, nah, man, I'm good with this whole battle. We're done here. Traps Shredder basically and says, no, we're gonna go meet your Dimension X friends, and I'll find the real people in power. Basically, setting up the next set, next team up there. So it's super cool. The Turtles got to keep the giant-sized metal head.
That's great.
So I'm like really excited about that. And then the Rangers are like, we got some ideas that we got down the line for if we need to team up again. And I'm like, ooh. So it was super cool. Great ending for a first part. I look forward to showing the next one. But it was good. I really want to see this. There's so many scenes the way they animated it. I wanted to show that. Yeah. I don't know if I showed that picture. But some of the facial expressions, and it ended with Raph and the Green Ranger finishing off their fight.
That's awesome.
Like you see Raph's face up in the top there.
He's all angry about it.
He lost his side.
Lost his side.
I just like they really draw everything really cool, and I like how the turtles have a lot of they're the way they're designed they look turtle-like. They don't, but they also still look humanoid enough to be like, oh man, that like their take on the turtles, and it was super cool. They even mentioned when they were like trying to pilot the Megazord, they're like, this isn't built for turtle fingers, you know. So they're trying to like
press finger and stuff and whatever.
Yeah, Donatello. It was cool. I was watching Donatello, Alpha, and Billy, the three smartest individuals, like formulating plans to do stuff, and we figured this out. Zordon, hold on, we got this.
That's awesome, man.
It's great.
I love
Michelangelo, the Black Ranger, getting along, coming up with like pizza recipes, and it's good stuff. Leonardo and the Red Ranger like bantering back and forth leadership while, but it was in time. It's a good read. Nice. So
I'm glad that there's this particular at least platform to be able to let those worlds collide like that, and you know, like. Oh, I love Power Rangers. I love Turtles. Oh my God, you know, like.
I posted the one picture I just showed you in my Pokemon chat group with a bunch of other PokeTubers, and these guys were like, we're old guys. We don't like Power Rangers. And they saw that, they're like, oh shit, I need to find this. That's cool. Or like telling them like, you know, this isn't like our kids' Power Rangers that we remember. These are taking a next step and. Written from people die, you know, in this one. They didn't let that happen in the other ones, you know. It was not somebody crying and tears fall away and suddenly they turn to stone or something. I don't know. But it's cool to see that this medium can do that. And I'm like, see, not everything you remember is the same. Things can be adapted.
It's crazy to see the evolution of comics like that where you could almost see a definite line where Stan Lee and DC Comic, you know, back in the day, they were teaching lessons. Yeah. They were teaching lessons and teaching lessons. I like that now the major companies realize it's pretty much an adult world, and we want to see adult problems. We want to see adult adaptation to these situations. And who's writing these anyway is adults, you know, so they know how to appeal to that, and I love it. And man, I don't know why I constantly think of Greg Capullo as, you know, as like an awesome creator and like,
I mean, he is.
He knows,
picture storyteller or whatever.
Yeah, he knows how to show us the visceral along with the emotional within his. You can see the crazy. In Joker, when you see him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, by the way, Joker was there. Like, regular, plain old Joker. He was just chilling.
His little banter with Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome stuff. And that's more than likely why, because he is a super talented artist. I just saw pictures from that I you know, respect a lot, whatever. So, but...
Just be glad to meet him every year.
Yeah,
except for this year. Yeah.
Except for this year.
Alright, that's what I got for this week.
For sure, that's awesome.
What? Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to ask you what you had.
Oh, well, I'll tell you.
All right.
This week, and actually I started before last week's episode, I finally read the Age of Apocalypse storyline, which was fantastic. I was spurred into doing so by the action figures for the line that Marvel Legends recently released. And I got on, Marvel Unlimited and was able to find all the books that are in the epic.
Nice.
It spanned across several titles: Age of Apocalypse, The Chosen, Astonishing X-Men, Gambit and the Eternals, Generation Next, Excalibur, X-Man, X-Men Omega, X-Men Chronicles, X-Universe, just to name the majority of them. Super good stuff. Yeah, I'm glad I got to read all the titles that it went across, because otherwise it would have been kind of a confusing situation. It was awesome to see the cogs turning and plans falling into place, that type of thing, where you can see it from this team, and this team's doing this, and this team's doing this. So these are all these titles coming together for the culmination, which was awesome. Most notably, I want to name for the writers, because there were several of them. Scott Lobdell, major like creator of the whole series, and Mark Waid.
He does Red Hood.
Okay. Scotty Lobdell. Yeah.
Okay. Don't.
Well, I mean, for our audience, they may be new listeners.
Scotty Lobdell.
He
does Red Hood and the Outlaw right now, and also did the screenplay for Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah. Super multifaceted, awesome talented dude. But as far as, and again, there was a laundry list of artists, but as far as ones that that stood out to me and that I wanted to name, we of course have Andy Kubert. He did the majority of the covers that I remember looking at, and then of course Tony Daniel. Tony Daniel, which we all know for some pretty awesome work.
Yeah.
Chris Bacalo.
Nice.
Another great artist that was involved. Man, this story is great. Right now, if you want to get on Marvel Unlimited, you can read the prelude. You can read the entire story itself. You can read everything that's revolved around it for the most part. Return to Age of Apocalypse, I think, is on there. The X-Men title that ran up to almost I don't know how many issues. Its entirety is up there. I was thrilled to find out that Amal Farouk was in it. He's, since watching Legion, Ooze and I, we were like, badass freaky guy, mind game dude, So I was. It was my first book that I got to read with him in it. Yeah. So I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, it's a huge epic that spans across altogether about 43 to 45 books for the main storyline.
I who he was.
The Shadow King. Amal Farouk, the Shadow King.
I forgot who he was.
Yeah, I forgot. But, I forgot
45 issues?
Yeah, it's about 45 issues across. Some of the titles, or the majority of the titles, were 4-issue runs that just involved the Age of Apocalypse storyline. And there were a couple 2-issue things. And then there were some continuing titles also that, like the X-Men title that had a couple issues involving that and whatnot. But man, it's great. It was a lot of fun to read. It was long overdue. This book's from the 90s, mid-90s, and whatever. And I for some reason, I found the X-Men off-putting, and lately I'm and finding them super interesting, and I highly recommend it.
Woo.
Sudon moans.
No, there's a lot. There's just so much, as you were saying, so many different facets. And like the Age of Apocalypse was one of those that I was just like, nope, not jumping in that one.
Yeah.
I want to get into like the Onslaught Saga and some of those other ones.
Yeah, Extinction Agenda. There's some others I want to read also.
There's a whole bunch, and I want to kind of get caught up, but it's like, no.
There's
There's a lot of trauma that they go through, and
Yeah.
I just don't have that kind of emotional. I got DC already pulling that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Just, especially with what's going on lately as far as, racial wars and bullshit like that. It's a book I'm glad to delve into, and, kind of see where they're mirroring, these issues and bringing them to light to certain audiences. I love that type of thing.
Yeah.
But, and that does it for our reviews. I'd like to wish an awesome happy birthday to Sudon today. He is a certain amount of ages.
Birtharoni.
Birtharoni. Yeah. If you heard that was, Sudon's thumbs up.
Yep.
You.
Absolutely. You guys, these books are at your local comic book store, whatever's available to you, are usually available at your local business or local comic book store, which is a local business, and you want to help those guys out, especially with what we've been through lately. Pick these books up, put them in your collection, and...
Unless they're jerks.
Yeah.
Then you want to eat their comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eat the rich. Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't know where your local comic book store is, go to comicbookstorelocator.com to figure that out, and then you can eat the comics.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
I that's like one of my favorite sayings.
God damn it. How do I
Especially
follow that?
in these times.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. Well, that's been us.
Yeah.
You know where else we are?
Yeah.
Check us out on social medias. Peachy Keen 76 on the Instagram. Stapled Together Pod at Instagram and Twitter.
Yep.
Check out the birthday boy on the YouTube for the Pokemon fix.
He
Sudon
won't
segment.
continue being the birthday boy, though. Just while we're recording this.
Season 1 just concluded. Season 2 comes when I decide to do it.
Whatever. He's the boss of the thing, so it's coming whenever he wants.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
For real. You don't have AC.
My digital files are melting. From the heat.
Do you have a quote for us, Sudon?
Our
Did
books
we
next
want?
week.
Yeah, books.
Oh,
I didn't look
that
at my
is
books
right.
for next week, so
I did.
it is the first episode after all.
Right, yeah, we're not used to what we're doing. But what books do you have coming out next week, Sudon? You're not
I literally just said that I didn't look up my books. Hold up.
Oh, okay.
Kimmy,
Bro.
go.
I thought you meant earlier.
Nah, I meant at all. Because it is the first episode. And we've never done this before. So I'm just going to go through. And I'm not going to write them down yet. But, alright.
I do have a quote, but
Yeah.
I was also be like, I do have my books for next week, but I also want to oogalaga shagalaga the dogs. What books do you have next week?
So,
I'm
Sudon. Sudon. Again. Sudon.
Sudon is not the center of the universe. Freaking Peachy.
Sudon.
We are all Sudon today because
Yeah,
it's
Sudon.
Sudon's
It's
birthday.
Sudon Day.
Do not resist. It's futile.
Ooze, what books do you have coming out next week?
I have Angel and Spike number 11,
Nice.
which I will be sharing with Sudon. And I also have, sorry, I'm looking through the list at the same time.
No worries.
I have the click this week unusually. You can't keep doing that. Only one of us can be like, every day, every once a week.
I also have Flash number 756 next week.
Nice.
It
and
always
I'm
has
not-
something after an annual. They're always
Yeah.
going to be right after.
No, Flash has happened 5 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
DC's really like with everything.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not going to be picking up the Green Lantern 80th special because I don't care.
I don't care.
I actually implore you to at least pick up the 2000s one just because that cover is wicked. Very War of Light reference type stuff.
I'm
Or at least-
looking at it. Hold on.
No worries.
Meh. It's Green Lantern. Meh.
Right.
I also have Red Hood Outlaw number 46,
Nice.
which I'm excited for all the time,
Right.
even though the story isn't very awesome right now. I might not have anything else. I'm not sure yet. Oh, I have Die number 11 because I'm going to start picking up Die.
Nice.
I'm excited for
This is
for
11.
sure. 11.
We're doing 11 because that was Angel Spike was 11.
Yeah,
That's weird.
double 11s.
So you got one more.
It's pretty much
What?
the Xbox too.
You got one more.
What? In what? Oh, is it over
I'm
here?
bosking you to go and look.
Bounty Hunter.
Oh, okay. I also have Rick and Morty Presents the Council of Ricks number 1. And I also have Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 3. Yay! I have all of the books!
That's a lot of freaking books.
Yeah.
A Marvel Returns, but all I got... Oh, sorry. All I got is that Star Wars Bounty Hunters
Oh, really?
number 3
No.
from Marvel.
From Marvel.
From Marvel.
Oh, from Marvel. Okay. I'm like, no, I just looked at the list. You have more than that.
Trust me, I know. No,
Oh, I know.
I know. Oh my god, itch.
Knows.
Transformers
Transformers
versus Transformers.
Transformers versus Transformers. Transformers versus for the Strippers.
No, I got Transformers versus Terminator number 2. Didn't talk about number 1.
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
have time.
I forgot about that.
I'll have to read those. Jenica, Turtles, Spawn, Spider-Ham. Oh yeah, you have one more. Sonic the Hedgehog number 28. Angel Spike I share with
Sudon.
Sudon over there. There's a lot of Batmans coming out. I'm picking up that Green Lantern just because that War of Light will cover what's pretty cool. Might pull that up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's cool for Green Lantern.
I got Justice League, but I'm not reading it.
Nah.
The picture I sent.
Batman. She likes Batman.
Yeah.
But the big one, and I'm going to predict this is my pick of the week because end of storyline, end of possibly the comic, because I haven't seen anything coming forth. We will have that, required annual afterwards.
Right.
That comes right after this. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 50. Big 5-0, multiple covers, even a foil spin cover. You got multiple teams, split cover type things.
Everything's coming to a head kind of thing.
They just ended Go-Go last week, so this is gonna. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to solicitations and stuff like that, so it might be the actual end of the storyline. But I've heard there's more supposed to be coming. But it's going to be big, and I was gonna put a little addendum to your little annual issues. Some of them, if they're done right, do like the Power Rangers ones continue storylines. Like that was cool as they told us of what Dracon was doing.
Right, like, I mean, The Flash, I feel like they've been doing a really good job because the annuals have tied into the main storyline, and one of the annuals actually tied into the Button
Nice.
storyline that went through Batman and The Flash.
Right.
So, Or not the
just
button, the other, the price.
The price.
That one.
Yeah, not every one, but there are the ones that, like, the good ones are the ones that they come right off the storyline, or they're heading us into a storyline, or they give us parts of a storyline we didn't get. I like that, but the ones where, like, you're like, oh, man, it's all like, here is a detective story about a mouse in an alley. He thinks he's Batman, but he's really
a mouse.
Spider-Man's really hit or miss with that type of thing, but when they hit, they do a really good job. It's like, I have so many, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I have so many problems, this is going on in my life.
Sleep.
Yeah, I just want to sleep. But then, a side story hits, and it still somehow involves the main story.
Yeah.
When they do it, and they do it right, it's great. I mean, I've been collecting Spider-Man forever. I love the majority of the books I've read, and annuals, they do a pretty decent job.
Well, what do you got next week?
Yeah, by the way.
I, for the third week in a row, have nothing. I have no books coming out next week. It is a trade week for Marvel, since they're doing trades every other week now.
Yeah.
Main titles.
This week is a trade week. Next week is books are coming out.
This week was books were out, and next week is a trade week. Yeah.
Well, then why is Bounty Hunters coming out?
Wow. Hey, yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
And Spider-Ham.
Oh yeah.
There's some Iron Man.
Oh no,
stuff.
yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
This was
I'm like, no.
This was a trade week.
And next week is a comics week.
Is a comics week, and the week after is another trade week.
Yeah, so
but I have none for the next 3 weeks.
Yes. So last week you had books, or not?
Yes.
Yeah. So you 3 weeks without books.
Yeah.
Woo!
I will have
That's
to find some bad issues and whatnot.
Sounds like you already have them, pal.
That I do.
Sudon, do you have a quote for us?
Hey, Sudon, do you have a quote for us?
You got a quote there, Sudon?
It sucks just like Marvel doesn't have like their regular releases, and they're doing the Empire crap, which is other news. Is going to spin out the Immortal
Avengers
She-Hulk.
Immortal She-Hulk?
The Immortal She-Hulk is a series that'll be coming out after it.
Oh,
it's going to be a story featuring the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, mainly. And we have the Sword event. That's actually what I was going to mention.
24.
Yeah, 24 issues. That's a 2-year-long event. And Sudon tells us that it looks like it's a bi-monthly.
Maybe.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
To wreak havoc, right? Loose the dogs of war. Listen to you. There's my quote for that. No, I do have a quote. Is that everything though? I don't want to be quoted as. Where did my quote go? Quote. I don't have have it. Let's see. Is this it? This is it. Not now. Let's see if I can do it correctly. Alright. The future is worth it. All the pain and all the tears.
This is the third time that he's done this quote.
This is really?
Yes.
Stoner's memory. Alright. But that's a quote from us.
That is a quote from us, actually.
No doubt.
So that counts for that.
Here, let's try this one. The future is worth all the... No, literally, I type in Martian Manhunter quotes, and that's all the Martian Manhunter quotes.
That's because all of the rest of them are too long.
I know, I don't want to read this. The League leads when there is a crisis. The other heroes of the other worlds look to us first. This is not fun. Just hold on.
I have a quote for you.
Let it all hang out.
No.
Stay positive. Party on,
yeah, that was close enough to what you said. Be excellent to each other.
Party on, dudes!
I love that they're all, what is it? Bill, Ted.
There isn't much justice in this world. Perhaps that's why it is so satisfying to occasionally make some.
There you go.
All right.
Fire.
You guys, thanks for joining us again on another episode. Make sure and catch us on the next one.
My girlfriend and I had a
We'll
child in
catch
the
you
fifth
then.
dimension,
See
and now
you
it doesn't
later.
exist anymore.
Bye.
Fired. We'll see you next time.
Have you listened to next time, guys. Bye.
Mamu.
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this, connect with us on social media, and of course like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Music is brought to you by Kevin MacLeod. Find more of his music by visiting IncomeTouch.com or clicking on the link in the description. If you want to listen to more, find us on Anchor.fm or website unstabletogetherpod.wixsite.com and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts.